Do you usually talk on the phone?
Yes, I do. It's a good way to keep in touch.
What was your favorite phone conversation?
It was when I talked to my interviewer. He did give me the good news that I got the job.
When did you have the conversation?
I don't remember exactly, but it's been 2 years so far, I guess.
Who did you talk to?
I talked to the owner of the restaurant where I'm working as a cashier.
What did you talk about?
He offered me the position and congratulated me.
Why did you find the conversation interesting?
Actually, it was more exciting than interesting. I was waiting for it for so long, and finally, he did make it come true.
Do you prefer talking directly or talking on the phone?
Personally, talking directly is much better to me since it's more lively and authentic.
Who do you usually talk to on the phone?
I talk to my mom almost every day. I will be missing the conversation every evening with mom if one day she stops calling me.
What are the differences between talking directly and phoning?
Well, talking directly seems more exciting since you can see facial expressions and eye contact. While talking on the phone, you can only listen to the voice.
What's your favorite work of art?
There's a special photograph named The Napalm Girl.
When did you see it?
I accidentally saw it 5 years ago when I traveled to Vietnam.
Where did you see it?
In Museum of Vietnamese History, the photo was solemnly hung in an eye-catching position in the room.
Why do you like it?
The photo captured a naked 9-year-old girl running away from the napalm attack, which is really touching.
What's special about it?
Thanks to the photo, the photographer was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Spot News photography.
Do your friends like it too?
Yes, they do. The photo did touch their souls too.
Do you want to be an artist?
Nope, although I'm quite interested in art.
What qualities does a person need to be an artist?
An artist needs to be creative and sensitive to things around him, I think.
How do children develop their talent for art?
Children's talent for art should be recognized and nurtured as early as possible so that they can reach their full potential.
How many kinds of pollution are there?
There are many types of pollution: land, water, noise, air, light, thermal pollution.
What type of pollution is popular in your country?
The most popular one is water pollution, I guess.
Have you ever littered?
Yes, I have. But when I was taught the lesson of protecting Mother Nature, I quit littering.
What can you do to help prevent pollution?
Reduce and reuse whatever I can to eliminate the amount of waste is what I can do to prevent pollution.
What does the government do to encourage people to protect the environment?
They organize some campaigns to raise the awareness of people. Everything should start from education.
Are people in your country aware of the environmental issues?
Yes, they are. They care about what happens to the environment around them.
Is there any law to enforce people to protect the environment?
Yes, the environment law states punishments to people doing harm to the environment.
Do you like visiting natural places?
Yes, I do. Being close to nature helps me release stress and worry.
What's the most impressive natural scenery you've ever seen?
That's the horseshoe of the Colorado River in Arizona. It's such a great scenic place on Earth.
When did you see it?
I visited the place last summer holiday.
Who went with you?
I went there with my family. We camped near the place.
What's special about it?
I'm fond of the great nature there. It's a horseshoe-shaped meander of Colorado River.
How has it changed recently?
It doesn't change much, actually.
What's the next natural scenery you would like to visit?
My next destination would be the Maroon Bells in Colorado. I fell in love with mountain ranges and yellow flowers there.
What can people get from visiting natural places?
People will get closer to Mother Nature. Children have more motivation to discover the world around them.
What are some famous natural attractions in your country?
There are many, such as Death Valley, Niagara Falls, the Redwoods, and the Grand Canyon, to name a few.
Do you like learning languages?
Yes, I do. I love traveling and talking to the local people in their mother tongue.
What is your mother language?
I speak English.
What second language are you learning?
I'm learning Spanish. I fell in love with Spanish when I traveled to Spain last year.
Is that language popular in your country?
Yes, people in my country come from every corner of the world, and Spanish is the second popular language spoken here according to the statistic.
How often do you use that language?
Quite a lot. I see Spanish people every day in the restaurant, bank, or supermarket.
How long have you been learning that language?
I've been learning it for 5 years. I'm in advanced class now.
Why do you choose to learn that language?
I'm interested in Spanish culture, and I'd like to use language as a tool to discover Spanish cultural values.
Who is your teacher?
An old Spanish teacher. She can also speak English fluently.
Why do people learn a second language?
There are many purposes. Some learn to do business, some learn to travel, some just learn for fun.
What indoor game do you like to play?
I'm fond of playing bowling.
When did you start playing it?
I've just started bowling. It's been 3 weeks so far.
Who do you play it with?
Most of the time I play with my friends when we hang out together. Sometimes I also go bowling with my cousins.
Where do you play?
At a nearby shopping mall. There is an entertainment area where people can play various games.
Is it easy to play?
Yes, quite easy. The bowler has to knock down as many pins as possible, ideally all of them.
Are you usually the winner?
Nope, because I'm just a beginner. My friends are much more experienced in playing it.
Why do you like it?
Well, going bowling is quite enjoyable. I love it when my friends cheer me up.
Is it popular in your country?
Yes, people playing almost everywhere. There are nearly 3,000 bowling centers in my country.
What are other indoor games in your country?
There are many, such as board game, table tennis, squash, boxing, and so on.
What sport do you like?
I like playing badminton.
Is it easy to play that sport?
Yes, it's pretty easy to play.
Is that sport popular in your country?
Yes, it is.
How long have you been practicing that sport?
I have been practicing it for 5 years.
Who do you play sports with?
I play badminton with my friends, sometimes with my brother.
How often do you play that sport?
I play badminton every weekend.
What benefits can you get from that sport?
It helps strengthen my muscles because while playing, I have to move continuously. It is good to burn calories as well.
Do you like watching football, online or offline?
Yes, I do. I prefer watching football offline and online. Going to the stadium, shouting and cheering are good to release stress.
What is your favorite football team?
I like the Manchester United Football Club, also known as the Red Devils.
Why is sport important?
Sports are sources of recreation. People can learn how to encourage team spirit when they play sports too.
Do you have your own computer?
Yes, I owned a personal laptop when I was in university.
How often do you use the computer?
Almost every day. I can't work without a computer.
Have you ever joined any computer class?
Yes, years ago. I learned about Microsoft Word and Excel.
What do you use the computer for?
You know, I'm an accountant, so managing business records would be much easier for me using a computer.
What are some advantages of using the computer?
With a computer connected to the internet, we can shop, pay bills, or do bank transactions online. Listening to music, watching movies are even more convenient.
Do you use other high-tech devices besides computers?
Yes, apart from a computer, I also use a smartphone.
Should children learn how to use the computer?
Yes, I think so. Children should be given chances to approach the computer but under the control of their parents.
What type of websites do you often search for?
It varies depending on my goal. I prefer entertainment and education websites such as Facebook.com, Wikipedia.org, and VOA Special English.
How long have you been using them?
I have been using these websites since I was a freshman at university.
What do you visit those websites for?
I use them to study online or relax after working.
What's your favorite website?
I think it's probably YouTube.com.
Can you read websites in English?
Yes, I can. Most useful websites are written in English.
What's the most popular website in your country?
I'm not quite sure, but I guess it would be Facebook.com.
Do you think the youth should use websites as a reliable source of knowledge?
Not always. They should choose their sources carefully.
What is the most impressive building you visited?
It's the Petronas Twin Tower in Malaysia.
Where is it located?
It's located in the capital of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
How tall is it?
They were the tallest buildings in the world from 1998 to 2004. It reaches the height of 451.9 meters.
Who was the architect?
Cesar Pelli, an Argentine-American architect.
Is it well known all over the world?
Sure, tourists can't miss it when visiting Malaysia.
Do you have to purchase a ticket in order to visit the tower?
Yes, I do. It's sold online.
When did you see it?
I saw it 2 years ago.
Will you come back there again?
Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing again someday.
Which tourist attractions do you prefer when traveling? Historical places or natural landmarks?
Well, historical places are always my first choice when traveling.
What do you usually do when visiting historical places?
I usually listen to the tour guide introducing the sites and take notes about important historical events.
Can you name some historical places you have visited?
Whenever I travel to a foreign country, I always visit its famous historical places. Some of them are the pyramids in Egypt, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, Stonehenge in England, and the Taj Mahal in India.
What's your most favorite historical place? Why?
I love the pyramids the most. Taking a tour around the pyramids, I can not only enjoy the gorgeous architecture, but also learn cultural and historical values of the ancient Egyptian culture.
What is the most famous historical place in your country?
It's definitely the Statue of Liberty in New York City.
What's special about it?
The statue was gifted by the people of France. It is a symbol of freedom for the U.S. as well as a welcoming sight to people coming to the U.S. from another country.
Where is it located?
It's located on Liberty Island in New York Harbor, NYC.
Should the youth visit historical places instead of other places?
Sure. Nowadays, the youth should visit these kind of places more often in order to preserve historical and cultural values of their country.
What's your favorite means of communication?
I prefer talking directly to people.
How do you keep in touch with your friends?
I'm so busy that I don't often hang out with friends, so I usually get in touch with them using social networks or phone.
Do you get in touch with your family by phone?
Yes, I do. I live away from my family, so phone would be an ideal means of communication.
Do you usually write letters or emails?
I used to write letters when the internet hasn't been used widely. Now I prefer emails due to its convenience.
What are some advantages of using a mobile phone?
That's the easiest means of communication, I think. Mobile phones are portable. Just dial the numbers and you can immediately get connected with anyone you want.
Do you like handwriting letters?
Yes, I do. I like to keep handwriting letters as keepsakes.
Do you use social networks?
Yes, the youth can now hardly live without social networks.
Do you need communication skills using social networks?
Sure, even in social networks.
How have social networks changed communication?
People prefer talking online rather than directly. Because of the illusion of social networks, people tend to forget necessary skills to communicate with others in real life.
Do you have good communication skills in your opinion?
Maybe yes. People are quite happy talking to me.
Do you like to cook?
Yes, I do. Cooking helps me feel relaxed after long hours of working.
Is there any kind of food you don't like?
I don't really like fried chicken, which is very high in fat.
Do you eat out or cook at home?
I usually cook at home. Sometimes when I'm busy, I go out to eat.
How often do you cook?
Just when I have free time. My mom is often responsible for preparing meals. She's the best cook ever.
What's your favorite food?
I'm addicted to sushi. I can eat sushi every day.
Is it Western or Asian cuisine?
It's Asian cuisine. Sushi is derived from Japan.
Is it easy to make your favorite food?
Yes, I guess. The recipe is quite simple.
What ingredients do you need to make that food?
I would need rice, eggs, meat, seafood, and vegetables.
What do you think about fast food?
I don't really like fast food. It's not healthy at all.
Would you say that you have a healthy diet?
Yes, I would. I prefer eating vitamins, protein, and less fat.
Have you ever attended someone's wedding? Who was he or she?
Yes, a lot. But the most memorable one is my best friend's.
Who went with you?
I went with one of my classmates.
Where was the wedding organized?
It was held in a restaurant downtown.
What did people do in the wedding?
They enjoyed wedding feast, sang, and danced together after giving the couple best wishes of an everlasting happiness.
What did the bride and groom wear?
The bride wore a white wedding gown, while the groom wore a black suit and tie.
What was the most interesting ritual in the wedding?
Exchanging rings is the ritual I'm quite interested in.
Are weddings a special event of one's life in your country?
Yes, along with birthdays.
Do people in your country get married early?
Not really. The average age to get married for women is 27, and for men is 29.
What is the ideal age to get married in your opinion?
Well, 27 would be my ideal age. Women are most charming and mature at that age, I guess.
How have weddings changed recently?
The most noticeable change is the reduce of rituals in a wedding. There used to be more steps in weddings years ago than there are now.
What success did you achieve?
I don't know if it matters to someone or not, but passing the entrance exam to university was a huge success for me.
When did you get that success?
I got it 6 years ago. It's been 2 years since I left university.
Was there anyone who supported you?
My family supported me a lot. My mom prepared good meals for me, while my dad helped me with hard math problems.
Was it hard to get that success?
It was hard for me since I wasn't good at academic subjects at all.
What were some difficulties in achieving success?
The period before the exam was quite stressful. I was so obsessed with it that I had a serious headache.
How did you get it?
I stuck to books day and night. I just stopped reading and writing when I felt I knew thoroughly about the matters.
How did you feel when you were successful?
I was over the moon then. I was looking forward to campus life.
How did your life change after that success?
I had a chance to learn my favorite major at my desired university, and then got a high-paying job in an active working environment.
What is your key to success?
I don't particularly have any key to success. Just work hard and try your best. Everything good will come to you.
Are you a big fan of fashion?
Yes, I am. I believe every girl is crazy about fashion.
What style do you choose to wear?
Well, my favorite piece of clothes is a dress. Depending on the situation, I choose a formal or informal dress to wear.
Do you enjoy shopping for clothes?
Yes, I'm a shopaholic actually.
Is there any fashion icon who you want to wear the same?
Yes, I admire Taylor Swift and wish to wear like her.
Do you create your own fashion style?
No, I'm not a fashionista, so most of the time I just follow the fashion trend.
Do you prefer vintage or modern style? Why?
Honestly, I love vintage style. Wearing classic clothes makes me feel like I'm special.
Have you ever attended a fashion show?
Not in real life, I just watch them on TV.
What do people think about your fashion style?
I don't know exactly, and I don't care much about it. I just wear what makes me comfortable and confident.
Are you going to change your fashion style in the future?
Well, I can't tell. Maybe fashion is changeable, and I am too.
Is fashion important to people?
Yes, in my opinion, fashion can partly reveal who you are.
What practical skill have you learned?
Cooking is a practical skill that I have practiced recently.
Who taught you that skill?
My mom is the best cook. She taught me everything about how to make soup, salad, omelets, cake, etc.
How did you learn it?
She shows me how to buy food, prepare ingredients, and cook meals whenever she's in the kitchen. I learn how to boil, grill, steam, fry, braise, etc. day by day.
Why did you learn it?
I just want to be a good cook like my mom when I get married.
How long did it take for you to learn it?
I learned it in 4 years. The skill seems to be strengthened when I live apart from my family for studying.
How often do you use this skill?
I cook every day. I also love homemade food.
How has this skill helped you?
It makes me more confident whenever I go on a picnic outside. I'm always responsible for the barbecue.
Do people in your family know this skill too?
My younger sister knows how to cook too. She has just started learning.
Do all skills need learning?
Yes, they do. Practice makes perfect.
How is this skill important to you?
It's an essential life skill.